G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and to the bench. Today we're going to have a look at a new little brushless Jeep here. This is the SG202 Max. This is the Beast Max version, which is a brushless model. You can also get the Beast Pro, which is the 370 brush. But today we're going to have a look at this one. I have the red version here. It's fully ready to run, guys. 1/20th scale, brushless, and all-wheel drive. Now, before I continue with this review, there's something that I'm actually going to have to let Banggood know, is that the listing for this Jeep is incorrect, or the title of the listing of this Jeep. Now, I expected to receive a 1/16 scale, because that's what it says in the actual title. When I was actually invited to review and check out the link for this car from Banggood, that's the first thing I saw, you know, which you usually do when you open up a link, is you have a look at the title first, and this actually says it's a 1/16 scale. When this box arrived, as you can see, it's rather small. I was actually a little bit surprised, because I was actually expecting the ZLL version of this JRC Jeep here, which is actually 1/16 scale. I made a few videos on this one. I've actually modded this Jeep now. It's got a 4S 120 amp ESC, as well as some WL Toys oil-filled shocks. And this is pretty fast now. It actually does around 60 mile an hour. I'll leave some links to the review and the mod that I've done on that later on. So anyway, guys, this is a 1/20th scale. Like I said, there is a misprint on the actual listing, so I'm going to let Banggood know as soon as possible to change that typo in the listing from 1/16 to 1/20 scale. But in the meantime, if you do happen to click the link and it says 1/16 scale, just be assured that this is a 1/20th scale. Further down the actual listing on the spec table, it does actually say 1/20th scale, and as you can see on this side of the box is the 1/20th scale. So anyway, guys, the pricing for this little truck is $89 Australian, or around 56 or 57 US dollars. On the side of the box here, it shows you some of the specs. We've got a center drive shaft that's metal. We also have all the axles and CVDs that are metal, ball bearings throughout, little 3-wire servo. It's a 17-gram servo. And it looks like plastic diffs here, but it says in brackets brushed. So maybe the brushless version I have here has all metal gears as well. All right, so let's get out of the box. We'll have a look. All right, so this little truck comes with 2 user manuals. This one looks like it's entirely Chinese, and then we got the English version here. So everything you need to know, exploded diagrams and a parts list. So in this bag we get the usual stuff. We've got USB charger for the 2S battery, Phillips head screwdriver, a couple of extra body pins, and a tiny little plastic T-wrench for the wheels. Here's a 2S LiPo that comes with this little Jeep. It's a 7.4 volt, 850 milliamp hours. There's no C rating on this, but it's probably around 25-30 C. And it comes with a red JST plug. Now onto the transmitter. Looks pretty decent for this little car. We've got a foam grip wheel here. We even have some dip switches here. I'm not too sure what they're for, but we've got a couple of light switches there, as you can see, as well as the standard trims and dual rates, and the on and off button just there. Now this takes 4 AA batteries on the bottom. All right, so here is the SG202 Max, and compared to the 16 scale version, you can see it's much smaller, so it's essentially a baby brother to that one there. Now on the front, you can see we got a couple of LEDs for the headlights. We've also got a light bar, and on the back here we have a tiny little red LED as a tail light, little wheelie bar there. This does have friction shocks, and there's the metal drive shafts. Now it's got some pretty grippy off-road tires. They're not overly soft or hard, they're pretty much a medium compound. It does feel like they got foam in them. Up the front, we've got metal CVDs on this, pretty rigid front bumper as well, and we also get a full-size spare which has got foam in it as well. So yeah, overall pretty neat looking truck. On the bottom here we've got some aluminium skid plates that are anodized in red and some ground effects. Other than that, the chassis is totally plastic, as well as the swing arms. And of course we have a driver as well as his co-pilot in this little desert truck. Now to take the body shell off, we've just got 2 little clips on the front, and on the back here we've got a couple of little levers here instead of body clips, and then we can release the body. Now you got to be careful because this light cable is very short, so if you yank it off hard, you're definitely going to snap that. Just be mindful of that. There's a light control board that goes to the headlights, and as you can see, this shell is pretty much reinforced with the roll cage. Now there's the electronics. All-in-one ESC for this brushless model is a 35 amp, where I think the brushed model is a 45 amp. We also have an extra bit of bracing there for the top floor chassis brace, which is in aluminium as well. And the specs of this motor here, it's a 2433 3800 kV, so pretty decent on the kVs there for such a small car. And we've got an aluminium heatsink. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to see. We've got a little servo there, which is, I believe, 17 grams, and that's basically it, guys. Okay, so for the lights, as I showed you before, we've got two switches. The left one controls the headlamps. So we've got a flashing mode, press it again, can turn it off. All right, now on the back, you can see there's that tail light. Now the right light switch here controls the underglow lights. So keep pressing the button, you can change all these different RGB colors. As you can see, that one changes on its own. Okay, we've got a flowing light right to left or back to front, and all the different colors as well, or you can turn it off. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, the underglow reflecting off the bench here looks pretty awesome as well. Pretty cool. Look really good at night, especially. Now I believe on the listing for this little 120 scale truck, they claim the top speed is 55 k's an hour and 40 k's an hour for the brush version. So yeah, I'm not too sure if it's going to get that fast a speed on the 2S, but who knows, it might surprise me. So anyway guys, that'll be coming up next. We'll see what sort of top speed we can get out of it, and then yeah, we'll take it off-road. Alright guys, we're out here. We're going to do a quick speed test on this little SG202 Jeep or desert truck. Got the GPS speed reader on the back. Let's hit track start. And here's a little tip. I'll just turn the transmitter on. You can actually turn it on by pressing on the driver's arm here, his right arm. You can turn it on once you got the body clipped together already. Alright guys, so we're ready to go. Let's see what I can get. They do claim 55 k's an hour on the listing. Like I said, on the bench there, I'm not too sure about that. The dual rates for the throttle are turned all the way up. Let's see what it got. I don't think it hit 55 k's an hour, but who knows, it might surprise me. It got 29 kilometers an hour, so yeah, not too sure where they got that 55 from. Maybe they put a little tiny 3S in it, I'm not too sure, but we got 29 k's an hour, and that equates to 18 miles an hour. Okay guys, let's take it off-road here on the grass, and maybe on the sand track behind me here, and we'll see how it performs. Going through these wood chips, not too bad actually. Friction shocks are doing all right. Whoa! That was a good jump. Oh, cool. Nice. Topples over quite a bit. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up the review on the ZLL SG202 Desert Jeep here. It's a pretty capable little truck considering its small size, only being 1/20th scale. As you can see, it did pretty decent off-road on the lawn here, and on the sand track it jumped pretty decently even though it's got friction shocks, and yeah, cut through the sand not a problem with these all-terrain tires. So yeah, check it out guys. The red version here is the brushless model. Just make sure you tick the red option if you want the brushless model, because the green model is not brushless. It's got a 370 brushed motor, I believe. So the prices will vary between these two models. Obviously the brush model is going to be a bit cheaper than this one. But yeah, so yeah, overall pretty fun little basher, especially if you're into your smaller scale RC. It's got those bright lights on the front and these pretty cool underglow ones. Now, in comparison to the MJX Hypergo 120 that I reviewed, I highly recommend this one over that particular model, because that one broke so easy when I reviewed that one a few months back. So yeah, I'd say skip that one and go for this one if you want a 120 scale RC basher. Alright guys, well thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.